Yo, what's poppin' G? So today I have a quick recap of my journey, very much my B1 portfolio where I was using the B1 version of my EA that it's free in the Discord server already. Also the B2 version, but that I had a very short journey, we could say, because I coded B3 very fast based in the results and the potential I saw testing the B2 version. So let's start with the basics. So in 2021, I decided that I needed to stop testing EAs because I was testing tons of EAs in different environments like Telegram groups, MQL Market, Forex Factory, etc., mainly cracked EAs. So I didn't knew what the EA was doing itself. So one thing I realized is that best EAs, or the ones that at least gave a risk reward factor that was ideal for my conditions or for my style, were grid systems. What's grid? You open orders based in the price movement. It can go either with the trend or against the trend. So first of all, let me clear, for me, going with the trend is something not existent unless you know where the trend starts based in facts. So the only thing that I know how to do this, and with limited resources as a retail trader running a 9 to 5 in that moment, I decided to go as a counter trend trader. Here I can explain very simple. I'm using counter trend trending focus. Let's go with the charts just to explain a little bit. So the idea is I selected XAUUSD for two things: the volatility and the strength of both assets. So gold, we know it's one of the strongest assets in the history of humanity, something that will be before and after humanity. And the dollar is backed by the strongest economy. So it's kind of a theory. Here I have the chart of XAUUSD since 2004, at least is when I start trading or testing. Let's mark it, or less here. Really 2004 doesn't matter because, as you can see, liquidity increases. What's the reasoning for the liquidity to increase? We had 2006 and 2008 drama or crisis here, and then the unfold 2011. That this is one of the worst case scenarios that you can face with my style or counter trend trending. That's why I backtest a lot this specific period, because this is when USA might be in trouble of bankruptcy. Yes, a country is having troubles of bankruptcy, something similar to what we've been facing, but mainly in 2023. Already 2024 is cool enough due to the reduction of rates, and the data in the economy is showing also that the decisions by the Fed were correct, and also the catalyst or the events are very different. Here's COVID 2020. You can see clearly the price reacts to macro events, breaking the previous all-time high. It took 9 years to break that high. Before that, we had a very range periods. Here is a period where interest rates are at 0%, and here is a period, these two, where we have COVID. Let's mark them. We had COVID and the 2011 debt crisis. You're talking about rates at least 3% or more. So really investors and big players really tend to push dollar to the downside, and the price of gold naturally as a hedge or as a safe they call it a safe haven against the dollar. It's when it shines best, you know. So when you have stable markets, price will range, and when you have crisis affecting the dollar, it will trend. So as a counter trend trader, what I want to see waves. I want to see the market moving in waves. Okay, that's something very simple, and it's something that will happen every time because both assets are very strong. But naturally, in stable markets, dollar will be stronger than gold. Why? Two things. Gold, it's not only a luxury item that tends to go up all the time. It's also used in different sectors like manufacturers, so the price cannot be sustained for too long like we are seeing in 2024. Like this was unusual price action where pretty much gold broke every previous all-time high, something that only happened 2 times in 2011 and 2022. And as you can see, price drop. Then we had well, actually we had the 2022, sorry, and 2023 tops or triple top testing the previous all-time high, but we had this very unusual week at the end of 2023 that actually broke the all-time high. So that was a sign that gold will get a lot of will put a lot of pressure in the dollar. So pretty much this is a very interesting price action because we have tons of trends with very minimal retracements, and even in those environments I was able to make money. So very funny because I built my edge based in whatever people was selling, that this doesn't work, that's scam, that's you're gonna blow your account, blah blah. So let's show the facts. I trade with no stop loss, no TP. Instead of that, I use trailing stops and trailing steps. Why? Because simply grid and trailings are real trading. If you're trying to guess the trend in markets like this, like even if you position yourself here in the bottom of a trend, price will keep moving up and down. And one thing that grid does for me is that I don't have to put one lot at the bottom of the entry. So in case price reverses first, I'm not holding the drawdown of one lot. Instead, I'm creating a progression where the price is more sustained and my margin is efficiently, we could say, diversified in the trend, right? So why I will leave a position here if I can just trade the whole range, you know? So let me show you how it looks in, this is the only buy model. By only buy, I mean, in the V3 version specifically, I'm trading both buy and sell, of course, but I'm optimizing specifically for buy and sell. Why? Because as you can see, and as mentioned, it's more normal for gold to tend to go up, especially during crisis, due to the nature of a real asset compared to the dollar that can print an unlimited amount of dollars in this case. And also the gold price tends to be stronger because you know, gold price tends not to be too strong all the time because it has also a limited amount that you can extract. So that's also why we follow miners and the index for miners to see how pretty much the sector is doing. But naturally, investors that have a lot of cash or a lot of money tend to go for the yields that the bonds, for example, for the US dollar offer. In this case, we have yields at 4.8% for the 20-year and 4.4% for the, let me show, 5 years, 2 years, 4.2, 1 year, 4.1%. So that's fixed income. You're getting free money just for investing in the US dollar pretty much. Something that gold is not doing. You need to wait for gold to have some major push, and you can also have this push to the downside. So you're losing money in these stages. And what you will do in those cases, you need to start positioning yourself in better prices and reducing your average close. So for me, trailing is way smarter than TP and stop loss. That's actually something that I consider not retail. It's something that I consider lazy. It's something that a mentor invented or created for a course to sell your course, or that swing traders or other style of traders use when they cannot manage their accounts. But I'm a trader full time and I can code and I use the power of algos. I don't limit my money to whatever I can do. I put my money in real strategies that can benefit from every possible move. So as you can see, the facts speak for itself. I ended up after 113 weeks using just my V1 version. That it's compared to the V3 version, it's nothing. Like, I'm even amazed that I got this result. Like, I'm very good at what I do. It's not capping, you know. So 147% return. This is 100% automatic. I was even working for at least 1 year in the beginning of the trials. I needed to see if it was viable to pursue this career, you know, this approach, and the results were just magnificent. So again, after 133 weeks, 12.7k trades and an 88% win rate, I more than doubled my money. I was also stress testing using cent accounts because, again, everyone, you will hear a lot of noise in Telegram groups, in Reddit, and blah blah. You will have a lot of toxic negative people that will tell you this doesn't work, that's scam, that's shit, whatever. But it's people that is not making money, you know, they cannot make it consistently. So here's a trader that it's making money consistently, telling you that everything that is not worth for others, it's worth for me because I can actually make it work. So it's a matter of skills, not a matter of scams or this is shit. No, like, we are traders, we test and we apply the testings into the practice. So if you are just discarding things because someone else is telling you that it doesn't work, well, at least ask them for a consistent proof, because in a lot of groups that I was in that time, all the modes and the owners cannot even sustain 1 year of profits before getting smoked. And I'm trading without stop loss. I'm not using martingales for investing model. I use them more for the trading, but here I do use multipliers, and you can see risk versus the profit is just amazing. And it's not something that I'm very or just wanted to flex it all over the spaces. That's something that I'm not interested. It's just showing the facts, you know. So the V1 version is just two logics, very simple. Two logics using grid system, multipliers, initial lot, last lot, that's it. And I'm managing to modify it by groups. Then I created the V2 version, but I'll explain a little bit in a moment. The important part is you have a trader here that has a real tracking record. I'm not afraid of exposing myself so people can know what I'm doing and how I do it. I'm actually very proud of what I do. And as you can see in the Discord server, this is free, anyone can join. There's a lot of sections related to free resources like EA indicators, etc. But I have a small section for especially my curriculum, because people need to understand that they're following someone that can actually talk and do, you know. I'm not just a talker, I'm not just a toxic people telling you, hey, that's shit or that's scam. No. I'm showing the facts based in what I know and what I can do. And this is the test of 2021 to year to date that I am being consistently profitable, even with B1 version that was very, very limited, okay? So that just talks about how good I am at this. So here you can see the pretty much every section, some about the clients, the high yielding accounts, that this is mainly, we could consider gamble, because you're trying to pursue very, very insane results. Let me see if I have here. Yeah, here you can see we have, well, it's very small. Let me see if I have a better one, because no. Well, you can see here, for example, this is a 10k deposit with an 18k profit. This is pushing martingales and progressions very hard. The idea is to get a risk reward, or at least if you're risking, let's say 10k with $100 in cent accounts can be achieved. So if you're risking $100, you are at least aiming to triple or double that amount, you know. So you just need to use your account as a big stop loss. You don't need to put all the money in one portfolio. Why would you do that, right? So the idea is that I will start explaining more or less how to use every system and how it will how can you achieve these levels. And here you can check pretty much the important part will be the B1 section, where you can find all the broker statements. As you can see, I started the portfolio on December 06. I made the deposit. I was also testing a profit share bonus of 50% with raw forex, because that bonus was very, very good. It's not available anymore. Too bad, because it offered 50% extra margin. It's a bonus that actually, when you hold drawdown, helped, so it can save your account. But for now, the split is no sorry, you had a split of 50%. That's the downside. but for now it's not active, or it's not offered anymore by raw forex, but I hope they do it in one point. It is very hard to unlock it because it requires a lot of lot size, and as you can see, I'm starting always with 0.01. So for me, it was going to be a little bit hard to really push that bonus. But for protection and extra safety of my money, that is what matters to me, the protection of the money, because I can make my own money. It was a very solid option, but for now we need to pretty much call it a day. So it was at 30k USD cents, including the bonus deposit. Started on 2021 December, and I stopped in February 2024. In this period, I didn't trade it the whole range. As you can see, there's periods here in this table where I mentioned that I stopped because of two things. I either coded, fixed errors in the code because I needed to watch to observe what's going on, if I had any bugs or some stuff, or to optimize the strategy because I use new data and past data to keep it optimized. So as you can see, not a single negative month besides January 24. That was pretty much the last range I traded. I was already coding the V2 version with all the improvements I saw. So the fact says 2021 was closed with a 2%. I need to check that. But pretty much 2022 and 2023 that hold the biggest weight are 68% ROI and 71%. That means that a 100% automatic EA using no stop loss and grid system was able to double my money without me touching the terminal. I was only stopping and starting the EA again, so very simple. You can verify the facts here in the B1 results. Here are the broker statements for every month. My broker sends them to my email, and I pretty much gather them and I'm sharing them here so everyone can download them. So as you can see, I'm really not, it's a volume of 12.7k trades. So if you think that this can be faked, just check my videos. I'm not even editing my videos, so I don't have time to fake 12k trades. So it's up to everyone to decide that. So pretty much the idea is that to share the environment we're testing. And now with the V3 version, I'm currently started an account in September. I took my time to start the first trades. I also shared the broker statement so far of this account here in the B3 and B2 section. Here is the broker statements, or the report I have direct from the terminal. This is a non-optimized set file I was running. I'm currently running this one. This is the new one. As you can see, not every A can do this to hold 2024 to 2025 non-stop. This is a non-stop testing, not using news filters, equity protectors, not compounding or anything. And as you can see, we start in 2024. And let me get to the bottom. And we end 2024. Like, there's no miracles, there's no secret sauce. This is pure trading. Like, this is amazing. Looks beautiful. So I've been testing Darvinus, that is a very popular EA, and it's not throwing trash at it, but it cannot do this, So let's review the details. As you can see, an initial deposit of 100k, a total net profit of $300,000. Okay, my English is sucking at this moment, but we can see the 300% profit pretty much. We end with a very big profit. This is only buy. I'm missing the sell side. I'm finishing that part. I adjusted this max drawdown to 55%. Here you can see 55k of my initial deposit, because my account is, let me show you. My account currently is sitting at 60k, so I'm giving that 5k of push in case my data, or the data that we have available at this point, that is 2004 to 2025, gives a new move, but with buy side I really doubt it, because it's more possible that sell side is the one getting the huge drawdown. So impressive, 30k trades, 7.11 profit factor. I have a 91% win rate. That's very artificial because of my, that's mainly because of my trigger or my initial order. I have a very small pip trade value of 31, and I have a value of 31 and a step of 19. So pretty much I'm scalping the range in the first order. So I'm opening many orders at the beginning. As you can see, let's go to some period like this, orders with the 0.01 that you see with small profits. That's something that I like, because two things: you get rebates, a lot of rebates, brokers will love you, and second, when you start compounding the account, so imagine at one point you already have 2000 or the 100% return, and you leave it as profits and you compound. So at this point, instead of closing with 0.01, you will be closing 0.02. So all these scalpers will close you the double of the profits. So it's not only a matter of we could say of tricking the numbers, you know, it has a purpose. So really my system is a very complete strategy, a very complete theory and approach that it's been tested live with real money. I'm really not a seller. I'm not interested in paying for ads and promoting my journey as a seller. This is what works. This is what is working for me, that is making me money. So it's up for everyone to decide if this is valuable for them. This is a very cheap system, especially because two things: I don't want to squeeze the clients, and also, even though I'm able to make a lot of money with it, it needs management. Except the investing model. The investing model requires zero intervention, or the more that you intervene, or the more that you understand how it works, you can reduce the risk. Here it's showing a 0.6% drawdown. That's fake. It's higher, at least 2%, because the issue is that I connected the tracker months ago. Sorry, I started the account months ago and I connected the tracker just this week, so it was not able to track it. So that's another way scammers manage to trick you. But I'm being partial. That drawdown was bigger. Also for this account, it was less than 50%, but the issue here is I was compounding. So that's why the drawdown at one point was big, because I was aggressively compounding every profit to push the account, you know. But reality is I was never in danger of smoking the initial deposit of the profits. Everything was very smooth. Only one period was kind of scary. That was the transition of 2022 to 2023. Let me show you this specific range at November. Here, this trend, by a mistake, my BPS was something happened on buy forex cheap BPS. I was not able to close here, so I had to hold this whole trend to the 2023. I had to pay a yearly swap. That's my biggest holding in history of markets. It was a 3-month hold. All this range I was able to profit, but it served for two things also, because I was able to manage well, to understand that I need to close very efficient in this type of trends. If not, price can just go without me. And also to see how good my grid and margin management was. And as mentioned, the account, even with the aggressive compounding, was never really at risk, because I was using the profits as also part of the account. So at that point, profits were my portfolio, you know. I ended up with, I don't remember the total, but pretty much a lot, because I was also withdrawing at one point, mainly to show that it was a real account. And I really don't want to fake or sell the idea that this is a perfect system or anything. It requires, especially trading mode, like if you want to chase big returns like these ones, you really need to understand how the EA works. But if you are just chilling and want to get something like this, an investing model that in 3 months can get you 9%, and it will get better, trust me, this will get better, because I was running a very bad set file, to be honest. I even had an issue with my, let me see if I have the image, 1 second. Show. So I had an issue with my copy effects during September before I started that portfolio, because with B2 version and especially with B1, one of the risk management that I was applying was to start the EA in different times. I will explain more in detail later why I do that. But it was pretty much to diversify the margin, and I decided that the first EA that I deployed in the chart was the one like Explorer, I call it. It was the one that was going to get sucked in the drawdown or in the counter trend, and then I started different EAs with a different portion of the risk or of my margin. But with B3, I messed up, honestly, and as you can see, even after messing up, it was a very small loss. It was during this was not a small trend at all. As you can see here, it ended up around here, so it was a kind of a big trend. So really potential is huge, because what happened is that I had one specific level that was closing to protection negative. That happens not very often, but in that case I was running 2 EAs, so both EAs happened to close that exact same level. So that's why I have the big pretty much the big the big closing negative. And let me show you here's without the recovery, and pretty much the recovery was insane, because from September to November I was already, so pretty much the recovery was less than 3 months. As you can see, I stopped positive. It's not showing here, I don't know why. I don't remember if I saved the image. I will check for it, but pretty much I ended up positive. I had, I think, 2 clients or 1 at that time. I was really not promoting that much. I was more interested in selling the system, you know. I want to build a community around my system and every system that I can test for free and share it. Here I have the Dark Venus already and the Icarus video. So pretty much that's the sauce. Remember, $299 USD one-time payment for this system, full support. And if you feel that this is not worth your money, don't worry. I'm not also here to squeeze you, so you can find more value maybe in my server for free, and then we can start working testing. That's the whole point, you know. So that will be for it. Sorry for making the video too long, but you know, the sauce takes time.